Okay, let's start it for the last session for today, but we changed model. So now we are in the module 4, innovative project for science communication strategy in disaster risk reduction for young professional. So today we have Dr. Rina Suryani Oktari will present on the session 1, communicating science, disaster risk reduction. There is a lot of activities. This is a multi-mentor activities. And again, I do so like in the end of these sessions or the end of the third day training, Dr. Rina will ask you to try to develop the project. And the next day or tomorrow, the last day of the training, they will discussions about that. So it's very important for you to get along and then start to know how this innovative projects, any ideas and thought about this, you may directly discuss with Dr. Rina. So without further ado, I would like to welcome Dr. Rina to present.
Okay, thank you, Dr. Hekal. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Very good morning, everyone. Morning, because I know this is a very a critical time where everybody get enough food, hopefully, and then this is a good time for sleep. So I hope you still have a full charge of energy and motivations to join this training. And I understand that this is your third day or third day, and you still have another day tomorrow. So just a brief introductions. My name is Rina Suryani Oktari, but you can call me Okta. I'm a lecturer at Faculty of Medicine. There's Imam here, and then I saw uh, siapa yang di Duh lupa. I know one participant join online, also from Faculty of Medicine, Rani, Rani. And currently I'm serve as a head of graduate program in disaster science, Universitas Kuala, beside this building. And I finished my doctoral degree last year, so I'm a fresh graduate from Graduate School of Mathematics and Applied Science, Universitas Kuala. And I took my dissertations on developing the knowledge creations to enhance community resilience using structural equations modeling. And yeah, I'm very happy to join with this wonderful, brightful future generations. And yeah, it is very hard to select uh, 40 among like more than 100 applicant. And yeah, it's a very tough decision. Yeah, and congratulations that you are selected among the other participants. So uh, may I share my screen or can I? Oh, it's already there. Okay. Yes. Today sessions is about innovative project for science communication strategies in DRR for young professionals. As Dr. Heckel already mentioned, that this is a very important sessions because at the end of this training, you will need to prepare a concept note for the innovative project that will be considered to be selected as the best three selected young professional in disaster risk reduction. So please ensure that you will not fall in sleep in this session. And yeah, this is also very important to revisit the previous model, especially the first model uh, delivered by Professor Samsidik and Professor Anamat Supastri, because in this innovative project, you need to develop a specific disaster risk reduction project. So at the end, you need to ensure that you cover the disaster risk reductions activity using the science communication strategies. And also, it is very important to revisit the modules 2 and 3. Module 2 about the communicating science, which is by Dr. Uh, Rizana, Raditya, and then Emilio, if I'm not wrong. And then also the third module by who you already just finished the module with Dr. Alfi and Ms. Ahmad Arif. Yeah. Okay. So yes, this is the objective of the module. You can see in the modules. You can also read in the paper, and also this PowerPoint presentation is already uploaded to the e-learning course. And later we will also upload another relevant materials that is connect with this model. So the first objective is to encourage youth and early career researchers to create innovative science communications based on their expertise. And then the second objective is to understand the role of youth and early career researchers in contributing to science communication strategies. And the third objective is to have skills in communication strategies, including the collaborations project skill. That's why in developing the innovative project in this session and tomorrow's sessions, you will work in a group. Yeah, to see how you can collaborate with others, especially with different background, different nationality, and different character, and etc. Next, huh? I think there's a problem with the. Yeah, it's your fault. Okay, this is the outline of the modules. Uh, yeah, I do apologize for the uh, technical problem in the PowerPoint. So the first one is about communicating science in disaster risk reductions. We will discuss about the understanding science communication, which you already discussed in the module 2, about what is science communication, how is the science communication process, and advantages of science communications and the science communication strategies. But this is more on the brainstorming activities because you already get the uh, explanations in module 2 about the science communication. We will work on Jamboard. I do apologize in typing error in the modules because I mentioned this is Mentimeter activities, but later on I work as Jamboard activities because previously I just still in between whether using Jamboard or Mentimeter, but we will use Jamboard for this time. And then we also will discuss about disaster risk reduction science communications. Maybe in the module 2, we only discuss about the science communications in general. But here we will discuss about specific disaster risk reductions topic. Yeah, and how we communicating science related disaster risk reductions, including the importance of disaster risk reduction science communications, challenges with disaster risk reduction science communications, practical ways to enhance disaster risk reduction science communications, and then we'll also discuss about the roles of young professionals in science communications in disaster risk reduction, which is this will be another Jamboard activities. So we will have like a brainstorming on the potential roles of young professional in disaster risk reduction and some best practices of young professional roles in disaster risk reductions. And then we'll have the second sessions on the innovative project in disaster risk reduction. It's supposed to be tomorrow, but because Nishi Sensei, she cannot join us in this afternoon session. So tomorrow she will present on the examples of the innovations project on disaster risk reductions. Then today we will start with the instructions on how you will be discussed in a group to designing the innovative project in communicating science for disaster risk reductions. So then you can continue discussion tomorrow, and at the end of the sessions, it is hoped that each group will present their project. So in the innovative project in disaster risk reductions, there will be some you can see the modules about the disaster risk reduction innovations, including how the Sendai framework for disaster risk reductions also emphasizes the importance of the technological and innovations for disaster risk reductions. And then some applications of disaster risk reduction innovations. You can see also there are relevant material that you can read. Uh, Presenting some of the best practices of young professionals roles in disaster risk reductions. And we'll also discuss about innovation project. This is the group activity for science communication in disaster risk reduction. How you can design the innovation project, and then the integrating disaster risk reduction science communication in the innovative project. Yeah. Okay. Now we will go to session 1 with these Jamboard activities. Please visit this link. I will copy paste in the chat box. Wait. And don't forget to write your name and your uh, affiliation before you give your comment on the questions provided. This one. Okay. Could you open the link? And how we can see the Jamboard? Bisa nggak dimungkinin? Or okay. Uh, have you opened the link? Yes, you can see there are eight slides, but we will go one by one. Okay. You can see that at the top right, there is a questions that you should answer based on your understanding after you follow the module 2. Yeah. And you can, okay, yes. You can put your comment, using the sticky note. This one. Can you see the box with the 2 line sticky notes? Yeah. And just type your name, example, and your affiliations, for example, TDMRC, Aceh, and then your answer. Sorry. Okay, don't forget to write your. Okay. Yeah, and then your answer to the questions. What is science communications? According to your, I know everyone will see your answer, but just put example, blah, 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 blah. Okay. Okay. You can resize your phone like Jesselyn G from ITB. Yeah, using that font is because you have like 40 participants, so make sure that the others have space to write their opinion. Okay. Okay, very good answer. Interesting. Please don't use other tools rather than a sticky note. I know some of you already click pen and there is a okay. Okay. So if you already answer the first questions, you can go to the next frame or next slide. It's on the top of the slide. You can see. Yeah, this is the second questions. Yeah. What are the advantages of science communication? Why should we communicating science? Same, you can put your name and affiliations and your answer to the questions. This will be also as a proof that you attend the training and you really engage with the training. Okay. So if you finish with the first questions on what is science communications, I see some of you already put your answer for the first question. Then you can go to the next questions on what are some advantages of science communications. Okay. Can you see the second frame or second slide? Yeah, this one. Some advantages of science communication. Yes, this is the first keynote from uh Harvey here from ITB and also Nadira from UGM. Okay. So Nadira, if you already answered the second questions, you can go to the next slide. Yeah, this is regarding, sorry. Yeah, the science communications challenges. Okay. So this will be the last slide in our first sessions. This is Sahlan from USK. Only your name and affiliations, and you need to put your answer for the first question. And then also Siho Honda. What is your answer for the first questions? Okay. And this is the second questions. Yeah, I see some of you already answered the second questions on the advantages of science communications. I hope with this activity you don't have a chance to fall in sleep. Yes, and this is the third questions. Science communication challenges. Uh, sorry. Okay. Okay. So while we are waiting for the others to answer the rest of question, okay, I would like to. Wow, this is yeah. Niswa, Niswa, could you please open your mic and explain? Niswa from You Inspire Indonesia. Niswa, are you there?
Yes.
Okay. So Niswa, can you explain your answer for the first question? What is science communication?
For me, science communication is like something that can bridge the gap between the common people and the scientific community. I mean that it science communication is like yeah, simplify scientific explanation to uh, easy word, something like that.
Okay, thank you, Niswa. Yeah, I know that You Inspire Indonesia has a lot of project in communicating science because I put the You Inspire as one of the best practices for the
Yeah,
innovative project science
yeah,
communication. That's why I
yeah.
want
And
to
I
hear
also
directly from.
read your module, so I was very humbled
Yeah,
that you mentioned our project.
yeah, there are a lot of the activities, yeah,
Yeah,
conducted by the You Inspire.
yeah.
Okay, thank you, Niswa. And I would like to hear from. Hmm. Uh, okay. Mhm. Fatia from RDI. This is Resilience Development Initiative or another RDI?
Yes, ma'am. Hello, I'm Fatia from Residence Development Initiative. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Could you explain what is your answer on the what is science communications?
Since from my perspective, science communication it's a way to deliver information of scientific findings into a more understandable, easy to digest, and transferable. So I would like to highlight that the easy to digest part. It's hopefully can ensure that the actual meaning of the findings is can be understand can be received in the same way by our community through science communication. If I allow to highlight, for example, that previously our scientists mentioned about the possibility. There is a possibility of like a massive tsunami in South Java, but by some journalists, they say that they turned it into something like a little bit clickbait and lit yeah quite disruption to our society. They go to panic. So if I can highlight here is the science communication should also capable to deliver the actual meaning, but also, well, yeah, raising awareness but not causing panic. That's the hard way. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you. Great, Fatia, and well explanation. Yeah. Uh, I would like to hear the answer from Ho Wing or Olivia. Ho Wing, are you there?
Hello? Hi, can you hear me?
Hi. Yes.
Sorry, I was just typing the other slide.
Okay.
The question for what is science communication?
Yes. This is we are still in the first questions. What is science communications in your opinion?
For me, science communication is stripping the scientific knowledge that we have as a scientific community, stripping it down to the essentials, delivering to the target audience in time and in an effective manner that has taken into consideration their physical limitation, their limitations in reality to react to what we need them to do. For me, that is science communication.
Very interesting. You put in time. Yeah. Otherwise, if it is not in time, it should be not communicating science.
Yeah, like
Hoving.
in time and in the and in the proper duration as well, because sometimes it takes time to prepare, to get used to, I think.
Okay. Thank you very
Thank
much, Hoving. So I would like to hear from a participant who joined us here in the meeting room. Maybe uh, I I start from maybe I don't know what what is your name, but you can mention your name and your affiliations and your answer to the first question.
Okay, my name is Naufal. So
Naufal.
yeah, Naufal from ISB Aceh.
Oh,
So my first the answer for the first questions is science communications is like some rules in communicating the science matter to a wider community. So we need to know the things from the wider community to perfectly communicate the science to the people, because without knowing the people, like in the previous session, we know the local context, the things from the local language. So it is kind of the science in communications. Thank you.
okay. Thank you, Naufal. Very good answer. So I think yeah, you have very good answer for the first questions. Then we can go to the second questions on the advantages of science communication. So I would like to hear uh okay Zahrotul from BMKG. This is from BMKG Jakarta or
Okay, hello, ma'am. Good
yeah.
afternoon. So I come from BMKG Mataram, Mataram Geophysics
Oh,
Station.
Mataram.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah. What's your answer on the advantages of science communications?
Maybe the advantages of the science communication is about the help raise awareness people's mindset in science. So I think that maybe I want to tell a little bit story about how the education of the earthquake and tsunami in Lombok. I think that it's very hard for us as the observer in the office to socialize or maybe to share our information for local citizen here. So I think that with the study of the science communication, I think that it is really important for us too as the analyst or geophysics observer, especially in earthquake. So we think that it is so important that our information should be also reached by the local people. So I think that it is very important and understandable so they can aware by the source of the disaster in Lombok. I think it's enough. Thank you.
Okay, great. Yeah, I know BMKG should have many experience in communicating science, yeah, especially to give educations to peoples on the hazard that is maybe affected to the community. And I would like to hear, okay, Intan from Museum Tsunami is here. Are you here? Okay, so. Could you please explain your answer on the advantages of science communication?
According to me, the advantage of science communication is to educate each other and to sharing information like us in Aceh Tsunami Museum. Maybe from this training, we get a lot of informations and we can share to the other in museum and also share to the visitor. So I mean that this advantage is to educate each other.
Okay, thank you, Intan. And yeah, I saw very interesting answer from all the participants, but we should go to the third question. This is the last questions on what are some challenges in communicating science. So I would like to hear from Ariel from UB. UB is University of Brawijaya or
Yes,
another UB?
yes. Okay, thank you.
Okay, okay. So Ariel.
Yes, okay. So in my opinion, maybe
Oh, before
yeah.
that, Ariel, are you a
Hmm?
lecturer or a student?
No, I'm a student.
A student. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay. Yes, thank you. In my opinion, maybe science communication in the future would likely to face such challenge, especially in the scientific quality and clarity, because I think when we decide to communicate through science communication, which means we want to reach a broader audience or maybe audience without scientific concern, we should simplify our language or maybe our title, our methodology. So I think those kind of action may lead to scientific quality reduction, or maybe the clarity may not be as clear as it is on the scientific journal. Thank you.
Yes. Thank you, Ariel. Yeah, because this is also a barrier, yeah, in communicating science, where usually a researcher or a lecturer, they are just like they're targeting only published in international conference or reputable international journal, but they don't have like the target to how that the research result should be disseminate or communicate to the community where they seek the problem before they doing the research. Okay, I would like to hear from Rido from Cari. Rido,
Yes, sorry, I can turn on my camera.
okay.
Uh, so yeah, the science communication challenge that I found is personal belief that reject the real science, because uh, some people are just not they have the innate belief that science is cannot explain all of the real physics phenomena. So if disaster happen, they just simply accept it as a fate, and there's nothing to do about. That's I think how
Okay.
can we communicating science or like that.
Yeah, it happened here in Aceh, yeah, and also maybe in the most province in Indonesia, yeah. Okay, so we already discussed the three questions, so it should okay. Please open again the slide. Okay, so I know all of you already expert on the yeah what is science communications and then why we need science communications. This is just a brief, okay, flashback. Yeah, the science communications is the process of informing, teaching, promoting science-related issues, and fostering wonder in the face of scientific arguments and discoveries. So if you, sorry, this is also a technical problem. Should be, this is the white box. It's explanation on how the science communications process that involve the communication skills and the scientific literacy. So how this is bridging the gap between the science and the community or public. And yeah, this is the importance of science communications. You already, some of you already mentioned about why we should communicate science, is educate the public at large on topics relating to science and technology, make scientific knowledge accessible to the public, explain to scientists the public expectations and beliefs, and can influence agenda setting and policy making, and also play a significant part in the regulations of risk, research, and technology. And yeah, this is another activity. Okay, you can click the link here, or you just can type quizzes.com and then enter the code appear in the uh, slide, or you can directly click the link that I share in the chat box. Okay. Can you open the link? Okay. You can just start to fill. Okay, the quiz. Okay. Can you see the questions? There are 5 questions. No, this is the leaderboard. But if you want to see the question here, okay, it says, okay, large potential audience, allow direct interactions between scientists and public. Initial content can be controlled by the scientists, etc. This is advantages of communicating science by using what type of media? Is it traditional journalism or uh, in-person activities or virtual interactions? And the second questions, this is some advantages also. Yeah, enormous potential audience supervised by expert. Agenda setting is traditionally recognized. Selecting the right publications or program. Yeah, this is what type of media that we use. And also the third questions, more personal. The content can be managed more effectively when scientists makes two-way communications possible. This is the advantages of communicating what type of media. And the fourth and the fifth question, this is more on the disadvantages of using the media in communicating science. So this should be what type of media which have disadvantages, little exposure to the public, and then can promote jockey or superficial connection. Yeah. Okay. So now we will see the, okay. mix up? Okay, just answer the question first. We will discuss later on the slide. Do you mean this is regarding the formatting or the first, second, and third questions? We are talking about some advantages of using the type of media. 4 and the 5 questions is more on the disadvantages. See, so 1 to 3 is more positive, and the 4 and the 5th is more negative. Okay. Don't worry, this is not a post test. This is not a quiz. We will have another session for the post test. So don't worry, just answer your questions. Okay. Ariel, yeah, he already answered all the questions perfectly. And then now, okay, I think most of you already answered the question. So should we stop? Oh, not yet. You can try it again at home if you are still okay. Okay, yeah. So congratulations for Ang Ang. Who is the winner? Nggak ada musik ya? Okay, the first winner is, huh? Okay. Congratulations for Ariel as the first winner. And then Olivia and Jesslyn as a runner-up. Yeah. Okay. And yeah, I think only 3 of them that got the perfect score. Okay. So back again to the PowerPoint. So okay. Yeah. Okay. So this is the some advantages of media use in science communication. So that's why the first, second, and third questions. This is all the advantages of media use in science communication. But here we can see, for example, in the first book. So this is actually some advantages of using what type of media? Enormous potential audiences, potentially millions of people, because it is supervised by expert, it is of an excellent quality. And then agenda setting is traditionally recognized, and by selecting the right publication or program, the audience can be chosen. This is what type of media? Traditional journalism, in-person activities, or virtual interactions? The first box. Traditional journalism. Okay, yeah, for example, both print and online, and then including the TV, radio, magazines, and newspaper. And the second box, it is more personal, involves direct communications between the public and science. The content can be managed more effectively by scientists, make two-way communication possible, and then can collaborate with other outside organizations who have complementary skills. So this is for what type of media? In-person activities or virtual interaction? Hmm? This is more personal, more personal. This is in-person activities. So, for example, debates, discussion, science art, science cafes, science festival, public lectures, science centers, and museums and debates. Yeah. And this is the last one is the virtual interactions, including online journalism, blogs, wikis, podcasts, Facebook, Twitter, and other social media, as well as citizen science. So this is some advantages. It has a large potential audience, potentially millions of people, can allow direct interaction between scientists and publics. Initial content can be controlled by the scientists. Chatter for both one-way and two-way communication, depending on audience preference, and always accessible. Switch the audience time preference. That's why most of the scientists now have a Twitter or Instagram, even Instagram, Facebook, and etc. Because we have these advantages by using virtual interactions in communicating science. So this is some disadvantages of media use in science communications. The first book, the media's coverage of science is beyond the control of the scientist, communicates primarily in one direction, and often suggests a narrow or shallow focus. This is some advantages of what type of media, of using what type of media. Traditional journalism, person activities, or virtual interactions. The one that already maybe explained by your colleague in our first previous discussions. So usually this is by using what type of media? Traditional journalism, yeah. And the second box, little exposure to the public. Tens to thousands of people, resource intensive with poor sustainability of operations, and may be criticized for only drawing viewers who have an interest in what they are doing. This is the disadvantages of what? Using in person. Yeah. Okay. This little exposure. And the third one is virtual interaction. I forget to random the answers. So if you see the advantages and disadvantages, because I only like copy paste the previous slide because I need to set up like the animation, blah blah blah. That's why it is have same order. Okay, yeah. So the virtual interaction can promote jokey or superficial connection, but it is very difficult to regulate how the content is interpreted by others, and then requires ongoing care to maintain profile, and then essential communications ability that might not be obvious right ones are needed. Okay. So who benefits from science communications? Only public? Only community? Huh? Public? Only public? Policymakers, yeah, this is including public. How about the scientists itself? Do they benefit from communicating science? Or it just like make additional work for a researcher or scientist to have to prepare how to communicate their research result? Do the scientists get benefit from communicating science? Yes? Okay. So if we see the first book, greater public knowledge benefits science and is foster public confidence in their research and can enhance existing democratic procedures, prevent certain societal groups for being alienated, and then serves the needs of the funding organization and the scientific community. This is uh, the benefit of science communication for who? For the scientists. That's why communicating science is not only provide benefit for the public, for the policymaker, for the public sector, for the uh, other stakeholder, but it is also benefit the scientist, the researcher. And the second box, this is the benefits for general public who are not scientists. Yeah, including increase their understanding of the environment and capacity for making wise judgments and their ability to employ new applications developed from science. And because knowledge is shared and help of people's well-being and economic progress, society benefits. And then knowledge exchange leads to fresh research topic, restarting the cycle. And this is some of the science communications challenges, including scientists are cut off from the public by their reliance on scientific periodicals. And then public opinions risks as measured by the internet, blogs, comment, criticism, notoriety, and etc. And communication gap between public administrator and scientists. And political or religious restrictions. This is also already mentioned by your colleague in previous discussion, including censorship, creationism, and evolutionary science, and etc. Okay, so this is just a brief discussion on disaster risk reduction science communications. Remember, when conducting science communications, keep in mind that disaster risk reduction is rooted in ethical principles. So we should consider some ethical principle in communicating science, especially related to disaster risk reduction. And then socially robust and considerate, integrated in the sense of being collaborative and comprehensive from a range of scientific disciplines. And then also it considers social, economic, built, and environmental context, not only hazard, and includes all parts of the disaster risk reduction cycle, including the recovery phase. So this is some of the challenges with disaster risk reduction science communication, including, I will not explain one by one because already almost run of time. This is including the credibility, the awareness, the knowledge strategies, and adoptions of successful approaches. And this is role of young professionals in science communication disaster risk reduction. We will go to the same link in the Jamboard activities. Please go to the link and start to answer, yeah, the questions in the slide 4 until slide 8. Oh, like this. Can you see the link? Can you open the link? Okay. Please start to answer the, sorry, I already closed my window, so I need to open it again. And don't forget to put your name and affiliations, because we will put these Jamboard activities in the report, and maybe it will be considered when selecting the 3 best participants. Okay. If you finish with the first question, oh no, the fourth question, you can go to the next question. Sorry, I'm still opening. Yeah, you can go to the fifth questions and the sixth question. I will close the access to this Jamboard after the session finish. So don't try to think that you will finish your box after arrive at home. So just finish to fill the box during this training. Okay. So the fourth questions is regarding what roles young professionals play in communicating science related to disaster risk reduction. I know most of you already are dealing with this type of project in the communicating science. That's why you are selected here. And then yeah, and then also the next question is what obstacle might be encountered when communicating science related to disaster risk reductions. So in the previous one, we maybe only discuss about the general challenges in the communicating science, but this question is more specifically on what obstacle might be encountered when we are communicating science related to disaster risk reductions. And then the next question is, so, if we already identify some challenges or obstacle in communicating science in the RR, so what solution can be made? And Uh, okay, I think finish. Okay. So, okay, only, yeah, what roles and then what obstacle and then what solutions. So please answer these three questions. Yeah. And you can start to fill the left side of the frame first. So it identified that, yeah, to finish to answer the questions earlier. Okay. Okay. So it's already 4 o'clock. Should be finished. Maybe I will take another 5 minutes to just to especially to, yeah, wrap up this discussion, and then also to give a brief uh, introductions for our tomorrow activities in designing the innovative project for communicating DRR science. Okay. So we can go to, okay, the questions on what roles young professionals play in communicating science related to DRR. So I would like to hear from hmm, Henny Marta. Henny Marta, are you what is your affiliation? You didn't put your affiliation here. Henny, are you there?
Yes, I'm here.
Okay. So are you from which institution?
I'm Kuala Institute.
Can you repeat again?
Okay. Hello,
From? Yeah.
my sound clear?
Yeah. Loud and clear. So you are from
Okay.
which institution?
I'm Kuala Institute.
Oh, Ambora. What? Ambora Institute.
I'm Kuala Institute.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
So can you explain what roles young professional play in communicating science related to DRR?
Okay. I think what roles young professional play in communicating science related to DRR is uh, uh, we already know that young generation nowadays is more familiar with digital, right? I mean, mostly know about digital technology is young people. I mean, we can communicate the science to the people, to the public, or the people who vulnerable to disaster. We can make innovation. The innovation from the involve the technology to communicate the disaster risk reduction to disaster risk reduction itself to the people who vulnerable to the disaster. I mean, yeah, like that.
Okay, thank you, Henny. I would like to hear one more from Rani. Rani, are you there?
Yes, Miss.
Okay. So could you please explain your answer on what roles young professional play in communicating science related to the. Oh, what happened, Rani? Are you okay? So
Yes,
this
I'm
is one
okay.
of the innovations, digital innovation. But you look older, Rani, using this.
Yes, this is the new feature of Zoom, I think. Fine.
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm
Okay,
confused.
Rani,
The
great.
question. Oops.
Yeah, what roles of young professional play in communicating science
Oh,
related to the RR?
I think we can influence the young generation, and then we can make a lot of content, and we can spread awareness along with our community, that we can talk to personally to people, but we can develop a creative program and so many more. I think that's all.
Okay, thank you, Rani.
Thank you.
Okay, we'll go to the next question. Yeah. What obstacle might be encountered? So I would like to hear from Jin Tanaka from UNISC International.
Hello. Can you hear me?
Alright. Yes,
Okay, thanks so much. As
but we couldn't
just I put
see. Okay. Yes.
so
What
just
obstacle
I added
actually?
to the some yes. So there's a four possibilities for the obstacles. Because in Japan, we had facing to the some dangers for the some disaster. Wrong information and the wrong information for the disaster knowledge can be shared in the society, and they take the wrong actions to make a more risk hazard. And one more thing is, if they know about some disaster risk, they're going to take the monopolize some specific items, food or waters or something, some tools for the need for the disasters. So we need to tell them to the some correct information and correct actions for the evacuation plans. So that's some of our obligations. Thank you so much.
Okay, thank you, Jin. Should I call you Jin or Tanaka?
Oh, just call me Jim.
Oh, Jin. Okay. So thank you, Jin, and maybe we'll go to the last questions because it's already okay. But still only 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, less than 10 participants answer the question. Please ensure that you answer all the questions. So I would like to hear from hmm, Latifa. Okay, please share the one.
Okay. In my opinion, what solutions can be made? Increasing youth's motivations and awareness by engaging them to some voluntary activities related to disaster and motivate them to make another creative programs.
Okay. So by creating another creative program. Okay.
So they don't stuck in one programs.
Okay. And maybe one more from Cindy. This is fresh from the box. Cindy from
Yeah.
ITB.
Sorry. The question is what solution?
What solutions? Yeah.
Oh, oh yeah. Oh yeah. In my opinion, because usually the public resistant for the scientific result. So my opinion is using word or another medias that wouldn't make the public panic because of the scientific result. So it minimizes the resistance from the public.
Okay. Thank you, Cindy. Yeah. And also I see some of the alternative solutions. Yeah. To address the challenges in communicating science for disaster risk reductions. Okay, actually, this is the end of the sessions, but because tomorrow's session will be more on how designing the innovative project, I will provide some introductions for tomorrow discussions. Okay, so this is actually for tomorrow. At the first session, we will hear from Nishi Sensei about her experience in designing the innovative project in disaster risk reductions. And after that, we will divide it, all the participants into 4 groups to create the innovative project in disaster risk reduction science communication. So there will be no more slide. After the explanation from Nishi Sensei, you will divide it into the breakout room. Okay, but to guide you to develop the innovative project, I encourage you to use the 6 hats, 6 thinking hats. There are 6 color of hats. You will see in the my next slide on how to use the 6 different color of hats to create the innovative project. Start from the problem or the reality in the community. So this is the instructions. You will be divided into 4 groups. Each group will be asked to identify problems in disaster risk reduction science communications and then write down ideas or innovations that you think can solve the problem. So start from the problem and then explore those ideas and innovations from 6 different perspectives within your mind, wearing 6 different hats. So if tomorrow you have these 6 different color of hats, you can bring here, especially those who join the offline session, and make sure that each team members puts on each hat because it's crucial to have a complete picture. And make sure you follow the hat order that will be presented in the next slide. And each group will present the result of the discussions at the end of the tomorrow's sessions. And this is the 6 thinking hats. This is the process. You can I will share this presentation, and also you can download it from the e-learning. So this is the 6 different color of hats. First one is white color. This is to emphasize how to ensure that your innovative is really problem based. Yeah. And then there's a red hat and black hat, yellow hat, green hat, then blue hat. And so this is some of the examples of how you can. This is too small, you can present your innovative project according to these 6 thinking hats. Yeah. And then, okay, this is the end of the slide. Uh, I will share the group, uh, 4 group. This is for tomorrow activity, but hopefully after you, okay, this is for the group 1, Siti Mbakfira, Chut Intan, and then group 2, Nadira, Fatia, group 3, Rani, Elnaya, and this is group 4. And yeah, it is hope that you can start your discussions before tomorrow's sessions. So it will be easier because I understand that tomorrow will be very short because it will start it by the presentation from Nishi, about 20 minutes, then we will divide it you into the breakout room, then you will have a discussion, but time is very limited because after that, we will hear your presentations on your innovative project. So it is expected that you, hopefully you can create your own WhatsApp group, or I don't know what kind of platform, or Slack, or I don't know, and you can start discuss about the innovative project, and you can search or take some examples of the innovative project. Okay, so this concludes my presentations, and I would like to hear from you, maybe from 2 participants, one from online and one from offline participant, about the reflections of day 3. Yeah, day 3 of the training. So who want to give feedbacks on this is on not only of module 4 but also module 3. Yeah, the whole day for today. Can you provide feedback? Sahlan? Okay. Huh? No, you just it is not necessary that you need to explain for one slide. No, you just give like I'm happy today, or I'm uh I get a high motivation. So it's not necessary to have like really formal feedback. No, I just want to hear your feelings, your okay. Don't be so serious. You are still young. You have a bright future. Just tell us what you're feeling after you attend today's sessions from the 10 morning, 10 a.m. in the morning until this afternoon. Yeah. Okay, Jean. Okay, we start from the online participant first. Okay, Jean.
Okay, okay, thanks so much. So today, just we discuss and we got the running for the some science communication for the disaster risk reductions. And this time I also do some approach and developed some of the communication for mutual understanding in educations, but I'm aware that it's quite different for the method for the communication, especially for focus on the disaster risk reductions, because these kinds of communication is necessary for all of the sectors. So we need to get a more correct information, easy communications, and for the right and so more accessibility for the to know about any of the informations in your sites. And also for the management, also these saving lives for the some stories is more necessary to get communicated and to get adopted for the topics of the disaster reduction in any of the places. Thanks so much.
Thank you very much, Jean. Okay, Sahlan, you would like to try? Okay. Thank you, Jean. You already give some motivation to Sahlan. Okay.
Okay, after I attend for these 3 days, but
No, only for day 3.
oh,
uh, I didn't ask for day 1 and day 2. I only want to hear day 3.
okay,
uh, Dr. Alfie, Ahmad Arif, and myself.
thank you. I'm actually involved in this kind of issue, disaster communication, which is Bu Okta herself is the leader of the organization. But almost 4 years I involved the organization. I think myself still have shallow knowledge about these things, and uh, but today's sessions makes my knowledge uh, deeper than that I got for 4 years. I think that's it.
Okay, thank
Thank
you,
you.
Sahlan. I don't know this is positive for me or not because Sahlan already mentioned that I'm the supervisor of the organization that he involved. So actually, 4 years, it seemed like even or should we close the organization and just open this training wider? Okay, thank you, Sahlan. And thank you everyone for yes. Okay, okay, yeah. Sorry, I forget to ask the woman voice. Thank you for raising your hand.
Yeah, I just want to add some information. I'm really happy today with your sessions. So I have another method to be applied in the Tsunami Museum. So in this case, in Tsunami Museum, I think it's better to use technology like you did before. It's really interesting to me and also really interesting to the youth who visit the museum. And the other station from Dr. Alfie, I really interested to the Gloro and Ibana, so I really know more about that term because it's really rare to us to know more about Gloro in Sikil. And I have heard about the term Gloro. Is it similar to the term tsunami in
Philippines. My friend said that tsunami in Philippines, gloro to like tsunami in Singkil, but I don't know if it right or not. So I look forward to your research about gloro and ibana. Thank you. Okay, thank you, Latifa, for your feedback. And I'm sure tomorrow's session will be more interesting because this will be only specific. We are discussing about museums, and Nishi Sensei will also present on the mobile museums, and then yeah, this it's yeah, combinations of digital and museum and innovative young and etc. Okay, and thank you everyone for very active participations, and I invite you to fill the daily feedback for day 3. Okay. Yeah. And again, thank you very much, and have a nice discussion with your group for the designing the innovative project. And yeah, thank you very much. And we close our session today. Give applause for all of us. Okay. So thank you. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh, and good afternoon. Or still good morning. Okay, I give back to Dr. Hekal.
Okay, thank you very much, Dr. Oktari. What a very interesting discussion been going on. Okay, so now we have Prof. Nishi already joining with us. Hi, Prof. Nishi.
Hai, good morning.
Selamat pagi.
Selamat pagi. Apa kabar?
Okay,
Iya,
good
iya.
morning.
Good morning.
We here until okay. Now your voice is coming up. Okay,
Mhm.
thank you, Prof. Nishi, for having time to share your knowledge and practices on the innovative project in India. I know that most of the participants here also known well about your works, especially on the mobile apps and memory hunt. I think this is a very interesting part of the innovative projects that you are working on, and we are lucky to have you today to share those important findings to everyone. So we would like to welcome Prof. Nishi on the session 2 for today, innovative project in DRR. And later on, probably Prof. Nishi also will have a discussion in 4 breakout rooms on the task that she already prepared. So without further ado, I would like to give the floor to Prof. Nishi. Prof. Nishi, you are very much welcome.
Okay, all right. So, what could you could you share the screen of my
Yes, yes.
presentation file? Yeah.
We have your material ready, and we will share it too.
Okay, all right. So very good morning, participants on site in Aceh and also by online. So in this opportunity, I would like to introduce our application, memory hunting, created by CSEAS, Center for Southeast Asian Studies, previously named CSEAS, Center for Integrated Area Studies of Kyoto University. Before I start my presentation, I'd like to introduce myself briefly. My background is humanities and social sciences, focusing on multicultural societies such as Indonesia. So my background is not from the disaster mitigation or something like that, not natural sciences, but humanities and social sciences. And I have been researching the process of change in social order or people's perspective. And my expertise is area studies or studi wilayah. And more than 20 years, I have observed Aceh society. Then after Indian Ocean tsunami 2004, we collect data of reconstruction and rehabilitation of Aceh with the collaboration of TDMRC. Okay. So please next. Okay. So this is just briefly contents of today's presentation. Next, please. Okay. So memory hunt is, honestly speaking, memory hunt is not specifically developed for Aceh, but this application for taking selfie or taking photograph of yourself at the same angle with the photo previously archived in this application. So we make use of this application for DDR, for enhanced DRR in Aceh. Okay. Then first, I would like to introduce a basic function of this application. Then after that, I invite you your first impression of this application. Okay, right? Okay. So next, please. So this is an Android application. We do not yet have what is it? iOS application, only for Android application. So if you open this application, you can see the list of archived photos. Then you you are expected to look for or search the location the photo has been taken. So first you select one location, one photo, then you are expected to look for the location the photo has been taken on site. So you need to you need to go to the Banda Aceh, then you open this application, then you choose one photo or one site, then you are expected to look for the location the photo has been taken. Then you already get to the location, open the camera. Next, please. Okay. So if you open the camera, the screen is like on the sheet. Then you are expected to adjust the same angle of the photo already archived. Okay. So next, please. Okay, the photo you've taken will be archived on this application. Then also you can share this photo with another users or another players. So that is an example. The photo is already taken by users previously. Okay, so next, please. Okay, so that is the basic function. And now could you open the link? This is the short movie to show us how to use the application. Okay. Oh, the sound is not. Okay, all right. Next, please. Next sheet, please. Yes. So could you open the link? All right. So the photo you have taken on site, the same location with the photo already archived is also archived on the website. You can see the your photo on the web by this link. Okay, right. So maybe you can choose one nomor operator, boleh Kak yang ya nomor 4 atau mana saja boleh ya. Yang lain aja ya. Sebentar. Number 4 or number 4 Jalan Kiai Haji Ahmad Daflang. Oh. Can you hear me? Not this one, but yes. 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 So you can share the photo you taken with another users as well as Android application, but also you can see on the internet on the website. Then you can put your comments on the photo also as well. So with this application, so the process of rehabilitation is the process of change. And with this application, you can join the to the process of recording the change. Okay, so next sheet, please. Okay, so next, please. So I invite you to the comment. What is your first impression of memory hand, especially in terms of the DRR? What do you think this application was made for? What is the can you catch or can you understand the purpose? Not can you understand, but what do you think the purpose of this application, in your opinion? And is this application likely to make sense for science communication in terms of DDR? So please, you imagine you are the person who promotes this application for the people or for the locals or for students. What kind of stuff can be added? So those who had opinion or comment, please raise your hand and speak out your comment. Negative one and positive one, both are welcome. So how about okay, I ask Intan-san. Are you here? Okay, so another person. Oh, yeah.
Yeah. According to me, it is maybe to show the differences of Aceh between in 2004 and years after tsunami. And then maybe it is for give the information to the other how Aceh rebuild after tsunami. And then it also give education to the people how is tsunami can destroy that location. So we hope that in the future the people can be aware about tsunami itself.
All right, thank you. Thank you for your comment. So how about I find Imam Maulana-san? Yeah. How about you? That's the
Hello.
first impression. Yeah. So yeah.
Yeah, my
That's your
first impression regarding
Mm.
this stuff is remarkable because uh disasters back in the days changed a lot of things, destroyed a lot of things, but because people always try to develop and grow more, it's really difficult for us to maintain or supervise the progress of the development itself, whether it develop into something disaster resilience or friendly or not. And also disaster tend to create a history, right? Like in Aceh, we have a monument, a lot of monuments, how high the wave was. So we also need to track these things down, whether this is being preserved or not. So by this innovation, I believe that it will make us much more easier to observe, to supervise, and also maybe there because there is like we can do a comment thing, right? We can put a comment. So basically, we can do we can give a lot of recommendations and suggestion for the development of the thing that we can see in the application itself. I think this is really remarkable. Yeah? I hope this will sustain and develop more, and a lot of people should know about this. Thank you, Miss
Thank you.
Nishi.
Yeah, thank you, Imam-san. And I also invite Honda Shiho-san. Are you there? If you have any comment, do you have any comment? Honda-san,
Yes.
okay, right.
Sorry, now I can't speak, so maybe another person.
Oh yeah, all right, okay. Okay, so other one. All right, okay. How about Heri Maruta-san? Do you have any impression or comments? I really welcome the negative comment also.
No. I want to the positive one. I think this could be digital memories that people in the future, like a researcher or anyone, can find the digital record of the disaster easily for some purpose. So it can be useful for the future, right? That's it.
All right. Thank you. So Radhi-san, you raise hand, so you want to comment something?
Thank you. Maybe from the apps that presents before, we can compare about the photo that when 2004 and after several years. So we know the development that applied at that location. But I have a comment about we just know about the after effect of disaster. From the point like in this app in this case is from IoT. So maybe we can add about the photo. We can find the location before after disaster. So we can find not from not we can follow what we ask people around that location about that that location photo. So we can feel about a real tragedy. So yeah, maybe at LTD Apung we can ask about around people. Is there any photo from before before disaster. So we can feel about how tragic that disaster before and after. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Radi. Right. Okay. Okay. So now we turn back to the presentation sheet. Could you open my material? Okay. All right. Okay. So next, please. All right. So now we come back to the basic question. The basic question: science communication for DRR. What is expected for science communication for DRR? So this So one of the main issue is to share and pass on the knowledge and experience of DRR. So in this point, what obstacle are we facing? I put 3 points. So the first one, the amnesia or lack of experience. Younger generation who never know about the experience. So just those who born after the 2004, automatically they don't know totally about the tsunami, and also who already experienced the tsunami disaster, but times goes on, their memory has been changed. So we are facing amnesia or lack of experience, and also less interest in DRR is one of main obstacles to enhance the awareness of DRR, because the problem that people are facing is not only DRR, but about family or economical situation or some other issues they are facing. So DRR is sometimes not less paid attention. And the third one is people do not act appropriately for disaster response because of lack of knowledge, lack of experience, lack of awareness. So these 3 points are the point we should consider to enhance science communication for DRR. Okay, so next, please. So in this situation, so what the memory hand can work to tackle there are some features of this application. I put 4 points. The first one is this application is developed for learning while playing and to enhance the awareness of participation. Players can participate in creating a record of the disaster and recovery. So creating a record is not the work only for scholars or academicians, but also for the locals or ordinary people or students or outsiders. And the third one is in order to provoke dialogue between residents and players. Because using this application stimulates the dialogue between locals and players, because players are players who look for the location and taking selfie. It usually make locals what they are doing. Then from that point, they start conversation. This is also the important point in this application. And we developed this application by multilingual systems, Japanese and Indonesian. So now so next, please. Okay, so could you open this link? So now you can watch what happens in Kobe in Japan using this application. Thank you. So, okay, so next sheet. So you see the Japanese high school students and Indonesian young scholars make collaboration to to record the change of the town after the great Hanshin Awaji earthquake. They don't know each other's. They don't know each language. Japanese students don't understand Indonesian language, and Indonesian young scholars don't understand Japanese, and both are not. It's still difficult to conversate, to speak with English also, neither. So, but they can collaborate. Why? Because searching the location, taking photo is very simple performance, simple activity. So they can, even though they don't understand totally what they talk, but they can collaborate each other to record. So that is one of advantage of this memory hunting application. But we also have challenges. So how we educate the facilitator? Without facilitator, I think not many people try to use the memory hunting, and also how we stimulate user motivation. Also, the communication environment is also the problem. So Wi-Fi speed. If we don't have good Wi-Fi circumstances, we don't want to use application. And sometimes there are changes in smartphone application, smartphone OS. So if smartphone OS is changed, we need to develop application. It takes some cost. Okay, so next, please. So for the last, I would like to ask you very fundamental questions. What kind of media can convey knowledge and experiences for DRR across generations? And what makes the media works? So if you have time after that or something, please consider this point. So how we can make up the media with low cost of maintenance, no special equipment or preparation required. Anyone can use it, anyone can understand it, etc. So please consider what kind of media to support to convey knowledge and experiences, and also what makes the media, what elements can make the media work. Thank you. Sorry for 10 minutes. Okay, thank you.
Thank you very much, Prof. Nishi. I know that you have another meeting at about 1 or 2 minutes after this. You want to have a discussion about 1 or 2 questions from the participants?
Okay.
You
Yeah.
still have time? You still have time?
Mm,
Not really. If not really, then it's fine. Yeah, if not really, it's fine. Thank you very much, Prof. Nishi, to share with us today. I will ask the participant to write down on the training diary if they have any questions, and then we can follow up on that. Thank you, Prof. Nishi.
yeah, thank you very
Yeah,
much.
we meet you
Okay.
again. We meet you again in the
Yes.
afternoon, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you. Bye.
Yeah. Thank you, Prof. Nishi. Yeah. Okay, so now participant, we have time to discuss about your discussions on the groups that we have in the early sessions for today. So you can go back to those documents and then start working. I will pass the microphone again to Dr. Okta to lead the discussion on your works. Please, Dr. Okta.
Okay, thank you very much, Dr. Hekel. So, I don't know how to proceed. Okay, I will share my screen first, maybe, because I think most of the group almost finished their discussions on the. Okay, so I would like to invite all of you to see the models because actually the answer is already there. I don't know because okay, so you already bring your own model. So you can see in the model page, model 4. Okay, so this is group 1 by Dinis Satrina, Intan, Niswa Siti, itu Amri Latifa ya. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Now, have you opened the model? Okay. We can see now. Okay. Sorry. Okay. Sini. Okay. Okay. Let's see. For group 1, they say social networking service or system. It is product, correct or incorrect? Yes, correct. Concrete and steel building material and infrastructure. Yes. GIS and remote sensing. Okay. Disaster risk insurance. Okay. Drones. Rainwater harvesting. Huh? Rainwater harvesting. For the yes. Seismic code. Seismic code. Doppler radar. Earthquake early warning for high-speed train. Seismic microzonation. Electricity resistance survey. Disaster resilience materials. School camp cyclone shelter. Yes, for the earth. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So this is only 13 innovations of product. What is left? Yes. Okay. And we can see now in the approaches. Community-based disaster risk reductions. Yes. Vulnerability resilience sustainable assessment and index. Yes. Post-disaster need assessment. Safe school and hospital. National platform for DRR, peer standard, hazard mapping, indigenous DRR technology. River engineering. Yogo framework for actions. Terminologies of resilience and vulnerability. Transnational initiative on resilient cities, $1 for DRR safe, $7 in disaster response, crowdsourcing, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 13. What is another 2 innovations that is missing for the approaches? Which one? Disaster preventions, radio. And another one? Which one? Approaches. Okay. So yeah, there are actually which one? What? Yes, but I couldn't see in the which one?
Traditional practices.
Oh, yes. Traditional practices and evacuations behaviors. Okay. So give applause for all the groups. In fact, we only discuss the results of group 1. So after that, now we will go to the 6 thinking hats. I already, oh, sorry, maybe could you please share my PowerPoint? Okay, sorry. So, this is the 6 thinking hats. This is the instructions that you will working in your group. First, you will be asked to identify problems in disaster risk reduction science communications. Maybe you also uh, have seen how Nishi Sensei developed the memory hands from the problem that it faced in the community regarding the disaster risk reductions issue. So we will be first identify the problems in disaster risk reduction science communications, and then according to the problems that you have identified in your group, you write down what ideas or innovations that you think can solve the problem. So after that, you evaluate your idea using the 6 different hats. Yeah. And you should follow the hat order. See, this is the hat order: white hat, red hat, black hat, yellow hat, green hat, and the blue hat. So this is only the tools that is used to assess your ideas and innovations. Because if you see here, for example, the white hat is to ensure that your ideas is to address the gaps in your knowledge. And this is according to the available data for your idea. And then the red hat, this is to ensure that your ideas is yeah, to look at the problem using your intuitions, gut reactions, and emotions. And the black hat, this is to assess and ensure that your idea uh, is or have a resilience. It's a more taller plans for your innovations project. And the yellow hat, this is a more a positive perspective. And the green hat, this is to represent the creativity. And the blue hat, this that your idea will be also consider the process control. Okay, so you can work in the same link. Could you please close the share screen? Yeah, you can open the same links. Okay, this one. That is all. Yeah. Kenapa pause sih? Nggak bisa ya? Use screen share is pause? No, no. Ya, ini. Nah, pause dulu. Semakin banyak yang terbuka ya tadi. Mau share ini? Hmm? Jangan ya. Okay. Okay. So, okay, you will work here. Okay, here. Oh, group one already put there. So you put all the problems in disaster risk reduction communication, science communications, and what are some the ideas or the solutions, and you will decide it what idea to be selected to be assessed by using the 6 different color of hats. So you put here the considerations of the idea, what is your idea here. You type the idea here and you put all the consideration using the white hat and then the red hat and then the black hat and until the blue hat. Okay, any questions before we start working in the group? You will have this is already 10:40 15. Okay, you will have 30 minutes of discussion and we will have 15 minutes to present your result of group discussions. Okay. So yes, only just one because you need to assess using the hats. Uh, you will not need to make the detail of your idea because it will be in the next step to prepare the concept note. This is how just to choose the idea or the innovations using the six hats. Okay. Okay. So please go to your breakout room and at 10:45 all of you will be back to the main room. Okay. Okay. Welcome back. Yeah. Okay. I see very interactive and productive discussion in each group. And we will now go to the group presentations. So we will start from, or any group want to go first before I select? Group 1, group 2, group 3, group 4? Okay, we should go for group 4 then. Okay. Yeah. Please present your result in maybe uh 3 minutes. Okay, and 2 minutes for discussions, questions, and answer from the others group. Okay. So please welcome me to please join me to welcome group 4 to present their result.
Okay, thank you, committee, for allowing us to present at the first yeah, on the first round. So yeah, we have already finalized our discussion. So we choose the problems, the lack of enthusiasm or seriousness on the topic of disaster as the topic that we want uh, um, to use on this analysis, and we choose the solutions or the ideas that we want to adapt a local folklore that tells stories about the disaster into the theater performance, dance, and music. So it's kind of a combinations performance that tell us about that. So we have analyzed using six hats method. For the first head, the white head, we find that basically the data are available, a lot of data are available, but the thing is we need to find different data for each kind of performance, yeah, because every performance is not working for other performance. So in the red hat analysis, we find that these kinds of ideas can make people more understand the stories. People may start thinking how if the disaster also happened to their family, so it can touch their emotional feeling by using these ideas, but it have another things as well, because it might give another impact, yeah, because the emotional things is difficult to deliver. So maybe some people might not get the point, and it also connected to the black hat analysis, because this is really case-based ideas. So we need to do so many research to find the exact things, or the exact ideas for each cultural groups or community. Yeah. So one ideas might not works for another ideas, and also collecting the folklore stories is quite difficult since it is in uh, various language, or we have a cultural gap there. So that might be difficulties. And for the positive things in the yellow hat, we find that it can be easier for being socialized around the indigenous audience, yeah, especially because they really know, they're really familiar with that, so they might get that. Um, the children from an age are already aware about the conditions of the local area, so they uh, like the children might interest in the kind of the performance, and they start to to be familiar with that kind of strategies, or the disaster risk reduction. And for the green hat, yeah, so this is another like the ideas or the creativity to support the main ideas. So we need to centralize or organize cultural performance. Yeah, so because it is still cultural uh, specific, so we need to centralize or organize it so everyone can know about it. And also we need to optimize live streaming YouTube. Yeah, so we need to optimize the the use of the social media and the video media, so it can be widespread. And also we need to promote this movement through internet, yeah, organize official movement. So overall the ideas, so our ideas, yeah, I need to go back there. Adapting local folklore that tells stories about disaster to be a theater performance, including dances and music, can be have a strong possibility to be implemented. But we need to be to formalize the form of ideas so everyone can get the message easily, and it is easier to be implemented in to a wider community. I think that's all from our group 4. Thank you very much for your attention. I give back to the moderator. Thank you.
Okay, wonderful. Give applause for group 4 with a very limited time, but they can finish all the 6 hats. Yeah, and a very, I think this is a quite innovative project. How we adapt the local folklore to tell stories about disaster. Yeah, using the theater performance. And is there any questions from other group? Actually, this group already take more than 5 minutes to present. But if there's any questions from others group, if no, we'll go to the third group. Group 3. Okay. Oh, it's Imam.
Tes 1 2.
Okay.
Ya, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Salam.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. And here I would like to present on behalf of my team. Suddenly my Zoom stopped. Can I share my screen? Because I'm not using the. What is something wrong with my Zoom? Yeah. Oh yeah. Suddenly it become connecting. This one. Okay. Can you see? So this is the work of our team. First, we address so many problems regarding the disaster risk science communication. There is so many things that we already discussed, but basically we agree that the problem back to the source message channel and receivers here regarding to increase the awareness of people in tsunami disaster risk reduction. Yeah. So uh, the core problem that we propose is there is a need to develop a simple yet proven messages that this message is so simple that can be understand only by even just watching one short video, because the millennials right now and the Generation Z have really short attention span. So we need to develop a simple yet proven message. We're also supported by suitable channels to be distributed or disseminated, right? And we are focusing on the disaster reduction tsunami, especially in Indonesia, Japan. So what message that we want to disseminate to the people all over the world is this three kind of message. First, uh, what is the sign of the tsunami? And the second, if you notice the sign, what should we do? Okay, that's these two message. Yeah. And the channel that we will use is the media social and also the competition, art and music festival and youth conference. I will explain it to you later. So this problem and solution come from this whole idea that we discussed last night. So, so I'm sorry if we take a lot of time here. Yeah, the solution is one innovative solution: Indonesian Japan Tsunami Art and Music Campaigns Competition, Festival, and Youth Conference. Yeah. Yeah, this is the goals. We have three goals here to empower to participate the DRR tsunami awareness, to promote the art-based DRC instruments based on the local indigenous knowledge, and also to optimize the education channel based on the people characteristic. We are focusing on the youth as the influencer here, because we realize that right now and maybe for the 10 years later, youth is if the youth work together, the older and the younger people will also get impacted. Yeah. So this is the best product innovation, like poetry, song, dance, painting, short video campaigns, and the last one is ambassador. The message that we want to spread come from or adapted from lesson learned in Small from Indonesia and Tsunami Tendenko from Japan. We already talked about the Small yesterday, and but the Tsunami Tendenko basically, the Tsunami Tendenko that I know, sorry if I make a mistake, is like a phrase, a concept that when tsunami comes, run alone. So leave everything behind, left everyone behind, especially if there are if I live in one places and my younger sister at study other places and my parent work at another places. If the disaster or tsunami happen, don't think about other family. Just go straight to the higher places. After the tsunami happen, find our family. So this message, the one that is like in the small, because in the small, uh, the message that we can find is first, please listen this story of experiences by our ancestor. This is a true story, so believe it. There used to be a village and now sinking. And the question is, how can this happen? Because of the earthquake and the giant wave. In Indonesia, especially in Semeru, earthquake is a common thing, but not earthquake uh, followed by tsunami, right? So they stress the sign of tsunami by two sentence. If the earthquake is strong and the seawater recedes, that's the sign of tsunami. You see that? Go to higher places. That's all.
Okay, sorry, Imam. This is wonderful, and I think you have a very tough night last night. Yeah, and because we are run out of time, could you please directly go to each hats? We want to see your consideration using the white hat, red hat, black hat.
Oh yeah.
And for the participant here, you can go for snack or tea, coffee once Imam presents. Okay, Imam.
Okay, enjoy your coffee and
And please leave for Imam. Don't finish all the cakes. Okay.
okay. Basically, what we are going to do is uh, we spread the science and what to do. What if the tsunami happen? Yeah, we make it as a competition, online campaigns. People can dance, people can sing the song because we already find the song, the example. You can do a poetry, and then the selected participant will join the festival and the conference at Japan or Indonesia, fully funded. And at the conference, they will think about the next year project. So basically, this is the idea. So the white hat comes from the idea that inspired by the Mr. Emiliano and this monk and also this Tsunami Co. And the multimedia increased 24% impact in the output. Okay, and also people tend to believe something that experience rather than research by researcher. Yeah. And also we have Indonesia and Japan bilateral relationship, so we can be the role models. So this is the white hat. But the red hat, we believe that this is can be worked. It will be hard at the first year, but later on we can. It will get easier, and a lot of people can join. Some of us think this is excited, super fun and cool event, and will increase the productivity and engage the audience. Yeah. And as the black hat, the barriers that we have like language barrier and also the art for the copyright. Also, uh, it takes time, energy, and also financially speaking. But we find in the yellow hat, in the red hat that uh, we can embrace the traditional and art music that often neglected, and art can uh, gather people together. But audience will get the information, the easier information about the tsunami. And as the green hat, yeah, a lot of creativity from our team. We can invite popular band show, especially if we do it in sorry, yeah, maybe someday make it regular event regularly. Also, we need to like duta kebencanaan or youth ambassador, but the one that really care and agree to doing the same thing or even the thing at the next year. Yeah, and also we can make an interactive booklet that we'll give to the participant on site and also can be sell. And we can make a website so every product that created by participant all over the world can uh, be an online exhibit and achieve at that website. So this is the blue hat. Yeah, this is what we need. We have the green one that we have, the red one that we don't have. Yeah, we are youth. We don't have any money. Please help us. That's all. We have energy. We have power. We have idea. We don't have any money. So please spend your money on our idea. Thank you.
Okay, wonderful. Great job for group 3. This is really a great job, and I hope that all the donor here can provide some fun to that this project can be executed by Imam and team. Yeah. And please contact Imam for detailed informations and any arrangements. Okay, now we'll go to the group 2. Okay. Okay, Fatia as a leader. Group 2.
Hello, Bu. Hello, Dr. Oktari. Yes. Uh, uh, do you prefer for me to share the screen or it can be shared
Yes,
through
please
your
share
avatar?
by yourself
Okay.
so you can move and yeah.
Wait a second. So we focusing on the problem that highlighted during the first day, if I'm not mistaken, that the single-purpose escape buildings are not well maintained and not well utilized. So we propose to using school buildings as an escape building, since it's more effective to reach by the community and to talk about evacuation place. So that's the main idea. So how we establish risk communication in establishing or improving escape building from public schools. So here we're focusing on public schools. Single purpose TEB, tsunami evacuation building is not well maintained and people still prefer to evacuate to other than the buildings itself. So we see that public schools is the good opportunity, since public school distribution is well documented by relevant ministries or stakeholders such as Kemendikbud and Kemenak, Forman, and MTS something. And since it's about school, so there are probably special fundings from international agency to improve the school facilities. And also we see the potential to use students to help us, to assist us to deliver the message to their family, to their community about the new function of the skill buildings. And schools usually located in the middle of the community, and the community itself prepared to stay near the school. So it will be well situated, especially in a special manner. However, through the red hat, that it's referred to intuition and good reaction and emotion, probably people still prefer and see heal as the safest place. It's like already captured in their muscle emotion, muscle memory, that they didn't see the opportunity, the possibility to use skill buildings as a safe place for them. And so people, by other means, people do not trust the strength of the new skill buildings, and some schools might not agree with the idea, since sudden number of people that come to their place might distract or their property, their assets, such as school facilities and school properties, maybe become more vulnerable or prone to be stealed. There is always perception about that. And through the black hat that see the potential negative outcomes, first, there is always the potential of multi-hazard. We live in Indonesia, and so many areas face not only one type of hazard, not just simply face the hazard of tsunami, but also probably from liquefaction, from the effect of the earthquake, or maybe in other time they face floods and something else. So people, despite the effort, maybe see buildings, these buildings is still not yet well prepared to face the potential of multi-hazard. And therefore we also believe that there's still not available clear building code that prepared to face multi-hazard, and not yet well available today. And also limited funds, of course, since the building itself, skill buildings, belongs to various ministries of various agencies. So establishing good cooperation among these agencies might need a greater effort than just simply build or improve the buildings itself. Then from the yellow hat from a positive perspective, to make school as a evacuation building is the best way to reach people about choosing the vertical evacuation and so on. And it's because public schools belongs to the government, of course. Hopefully the government also has consent to make more to build a safer school, and there's also fund allocation, because yeah, it's government assets after all. And also schools usually have like musola, have their own mosque, and so it also can be used as a religious activity centers. It's also have like a school field. It can be gathered, it can gather people to there. And the other option is because every day there is a students, there are teachers that come to the school, so hopefully the school building itself is well maintained. Every day it will be well swept by the people, so it will be ever ready to be used as escape buildings. Then through that idea, we separate the approach. We develop a framework or an ideas to approach the stakeholders, to communicate to the stakeholders and to the general community. To the stakeholders, we have to prepare and to provide scientific data, the importance, the essential part of the availability and the availability of accessible tsunami escape building, and the rationale why school is the best option for now. So we can develop into the policy brief, and this policy brief relevant to the TEB can be used as a building standard, can be used as a reference for the government to develop actual perda, actual policies that can instruct the local government, the schools to have this kind of facilities, or to allocate the budget, maybe from the national budget, and then it will be allocated to the state budget and so on. So there will be a clear umbrella that will make this approach possible. And then to the general community, to the teachers and students and their families, we can, after the buildings is available, or yeah, during the process, we can provide a school curriculum that relevant to the usage of their school, the tsunami escape building, and the information about general disaster risk reduction. And from here, like the previously suggested, that since the student will know exactly where to escape, know exactly what to do, they can distribute, they can inform their families, their aunties, or they simply community, near the community, because previously we heard so many times that children actually save people from the tsunami in Thailand. Children save people, that the Emilio shared previously. Children have a good memory, and because, well, so many children come to the school, so it will be this information will be well distributed among our society. So the output will can in the form of school curriculum and other visual media, in the form of short movie and reels that can be used as the student itself to visualize it to their family and so on. So the outcome will be awareness to relevant to the usage of TEB and the disaster risk reduction itself among the teacher, the students, and hopefully to the greater society near the prone area to the hazard. And then from the blue hat, from the data, available data, and then the potential obstacles and potential solution, we need to bridge communication with the local government and official. It's very critical, it's very essential, because we still see the minimum cooperation among the stakeholders. So we can organize for a group discussion, we can sit in the same place and discuss how to achieve it.
to make it like an actual action, and just to contact to relevant stakeholders and make it as our political will. And yeah, through our students, when they already well educated, well informed on about the new function of the schools, about the GRR itself, we can raising community awareness. We can campaigning by we can strengthen the effect by using influencers or public figures, and even we can conduct a drill evacuation for the student and using their schools as the actual landscape where to escape. So I think that's all from our team, Bu. Thank you very much for the
Okay, thank you very much. Very comprehensive analysis using 6 thinking hats. Give big applause for Fatia and team in group 2. And we will go to the last group. I see that they're still working on the slide, but if could you please share your discussion result in maybe only very limited time? Who will present the results from group 1?
Okay, I will try to screen sharing. Wait for a moment, please.
Okay. Could you please open your camera, Dini? Or at least using the
Sure. Wait a minute.
okay. Dini?
Yeah. Please. Wait. Can you see this screen I shared?
Not yet.
Okay, wait.
Okay, maybe if Dini has a technical problem, maybe the other member of group can present on behalf of group 2. Yeah, okay. Okay, now, okay, Dini.
Wait, I'm going to put it full screen.
Okay, just go to the slide number 5. Dini?
Right. So what we are proposing is we identify several problems that are actually become an obstacles. So first, currently there's a lot of information or materials that are scattered in the internet, but is not used in the full potential in order to increase the awareness or even the resilience of the community, and therefore we wanted to propose to create an integrated information database specifically on this information related to disaster. So we will going to make it the information to be more children friendly with simple by turning it into simple fact sheets, and even turn it into bite-sized storybook that they can access through phone, tablet. So it is within their fingertips. So we think the second problems is that there is not enough familiarity on the disaster risk reduction, so that the community that consists of vulnerable stakeholders are not able to anticipate the hazard when the disaster occur. So therefore, we also want to propose to facilitate the communities in better understanding the DRR by through two channels. So the first channel is easy access on the disaster mitigation materials in the form of storybook, for example, and we will going to facilitate it first by introducing it. So we are going to the schools or any elementary school specifically, and we're going to go there and create a story time in front of the classroom, or we call it mendongeng time in Indonesia. And secondly, we will also going to actually ask the permission from the school to make children able to visit BMKG office, so children can experience firsthand how it feels like to be in the BMKG control room, for example, to understand how the earthquake is detected through the control room. So this is the storybooks, the example of storybooks that we already have scattered around the internet but are not being used to its full potential. So the title of our idea is the Community Resilience Training for Children to Dongeng or Storybooks, an interactive learning facilitated by the BMKG of Indonesia. So the first white hat, we identify that there are a lot of available data, like I've said before, information regarding disaster is already available but are not being used to its full potential. And also BMKG is very open with visiting school children, for example. So we're going to enhance this through this project. And we also notice that the problems is that even though the information is already there in the internet, but it's not really children friendly. So it consists of a very confusing chat and tables and whatnot. And so we will going to make it easier by turning it into storybooks and etc. And also, children are not familiar with tsunami warnings yet. So in order to ensure that they will know and learn about that since early age, we will going to make BMKG as the one, as the officials to interact directly with them, so they would know that BMKG is an official body of agency or body in Indonesia, that the news or the broadcast through the radio, television, text message is actually valid, and they should they actually need to act if they got certain infos from this BMKG. And then the red hat, we noticed that also there is we noticed that not enough familiarity with disaster hazard will lead to mass casualties and reactive reactions. That is why we want to tackle these problems by proposing this. And also, like we said before, not knowing the warnings is valid can also lead to ignorance towards warnings that is actually provided by the officials, which is BMKG. And then that is black hat. So we think that in the black hat, the negative outcomes that could occur when people are not familiar, especially they are vulnerable, like children, people could face really could face which is casualties that is actually could be avoided. So we think that people who could have successfully evacuated is the one that is already have this knowledge and information. So the yellow head, so what are the positive perspective that we have from proposing this idea is we wanted turn disaster mitigation informations into interesting medium that can increase children familiarity while they're learning since early age about the creeping hazard that is actually shadowing in every way that they're doing in daily basis. So at least they know what to do in crisis, for example, to to actually protect themselves under the table, for example, when earthquake happens and etc. Also, the green hats, which is what are the points of creativity in our project is that first, by doing this through mendongeng time or story time in front of the classroom, children will be more likely to absorb the information in a way that they are find it very fun, and they think that it as a playing instead of learning, so they will be more likely to develop a better understanding through this medium. And also learning through BMKG office visit is especially fun because they can see cool stuff at computer and etc. So the last hat, we think that the thing that we need to work on to make this more smooth in the process is that first we need to form a cooperation that is that will be continuously conducted both between us as the initiator and also as the BMKG as the facilitator, and also the school as the school that will be the institution where these children is learning. So I think those cooperation, if can be established very smoothly, then we are very confident that this is a very executable project. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Give big applause for group one. Wow, this is really a brilliant idea. Congratulations, Dini and Tim. Now I understand why this group taking longer time to discuss, because this is we can see how they try to communicating science, which is usually high level and then very complicated to be understandable by the children. So this is really good, group one. Okay, thank you very much for all the team for the great job for all of the group, and I do apologize especially to Dr. Muzailin because I took your time. 11 minutes already. And thank you very much and congratulations for all of you. This is your last day, and hopefully all of you will get many benefits, many opportunity. This is not your end of the journey. This is your start. So please what you call it, enlarge your network and then collaborations, especially between Indonesia and Japan. And I do apologize for any inconvenience during my session since yesterday. And I will give this microphone to Dr. Haikal. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Thank you, Dr. Okta. What a wonderful discussion that we have. I think to trying to work on those hats, it's pretty much take a lot of effort. I think some of the participants even say that they really need to work really hard about it. So I do think it's very important that what Dr. Okta just said. You can enlarge this first ideas and then try to again take a look on the training modules that you guys have since the day one, then try to develop how is your next step to the concept notes. Now we would like to have Dr. Muzailin together with us.